What's going on, guys? It's Marcus here with Discover Ignite, and today I actually want to talk about something I've really noticed, right? Being a day trader, I see the markets every day. I see where the economy is shifting, right? And I've heard a lot of different things about how the world changes, right? I want to just preface this by saying this, right? Is the fact that we all thought the world was flat at some point. Some of us still do today. But nonetheless, we all thought this until it was proven otherwise. And then we all were essentially changed by the Industrial Revolution. We were changed by the internet, right? Well, there's another big change coming. And to think that, to have this mindset about the way things used to work, we evolved for a reason. We solve specific things in our lives, and then our curious minds are minds that want to constantly improve, right? Whether you want to or not, you're constantly trying to improve your life. We try to evolve. We're trying to stay alive, right? So we're evolving. We solve new problems. We start evolving into new areas, right? We may solve a problem, then we look for something new. We try to keep our minds busy, and then we solve the next new thing and the next new thing, right? We have the internet now. That completely changed just the way everything has worked. And now there's this huge shift towards electric and vegan, and a lot of people don't want to see it. And even myself, I was in that mindset before, to where I didn't look at any of those things. I thought I had an open mind, but there's a lot of different things. When people say stuff, people joke about it and say, hey, that makes no sense. There's no way that's going to happen. How many times has that been said, right? Now, there are certain things, that may take a couple years to prove that. But ultimately, I think what you need to keep in mind is have the open mind. And when you're in a position, like when you're watching the market on a daily basis, you see these moves real time. And I'm seeing a lot of these moves real time. And so that's ultimately what it is to see where the growth is actually coming from. And you have to be open about these things. And it's funny to joke with it, but then eventually society as a whole starts seeing it as a norm. And then everybody eventually at that point will go ahead and conform, right? Because everybody else is doing it, so why not me, right? I don't want to be the only man left out. But when you start becoming this visionary, I'm not saying that I'm a visionary at all, but I'm just essentially saying what I see, right? I see the markets every day, so I'm seeing a lot of this change shifting towards vegan, towards electric with Tesla and everything. And so it's really interesting to see the change, and the change is going to be so dramatic, right? The internet has changed things forever, and will continue to change things forever. And now the big shift is towards, renewable energy and toward veganism, right? For other reasons, not just for, protecting the animals and all that stuff. People can go on a tangent with stuff like that. And you have your reasons, whatever the thing may be, but ultimately, there's a reason why people are shifting. And the generation behind you, right, is always, you gotta always think out for them. Now, if you're a parent, that's easy, right, because you're trying to protect your kids. But if you're a single person and that's the way you want it to be, so be it. But ultimately, people are trying to leave essentially the world a better place than what they left it. Right, that's ultimately what we want to do. And so that's why there's such these big shifts in all these things to, help guide our future generations. And so this is just a random tangent I'm going on today. Something I really saw, and I thought, you should just always remember to keep an open mind and don't disregard stuff. It may be funny to joke about it, right? But ultimately, there's always some truth in even a joke. So the world is changing, and are you ready for it, right? Can you be ready for change instead of rejecting stuff? If you can be, normally if you're first in line, right, you can also be the first one down as well, but But nonetheless, I mean, take the lead, and you can be successful at many things if you look for those things, right? That are where those initial thoughts, those ideas that drive big movements, and you realize there's a reason behind it, right? There's a reason why behind I went vegan, because of the fact that it extraordinarily changed my health. I don't have to rely on medication anymore. It's on all these other things. There's a reason behind electric, right? To essentially provide our environment a better means for the future generations, and among other things, right? Cost efficient. I mean, there's a bunch of other things there too. So nonetheless, I thought I'd throw this out there. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any comments about this video, please leave it in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and until next time, I will see you guys later.